guys! On my Instagram story a few days ago, I asked if you wanted to see 5 habits to start in 2018 or a bullet journal spread video first, and a majority of you voted for this one, so I thought I would share with you 5 habits or ways of thinking for the new year that I would totally recommend because I plan on implementing these in my own life. The very first one is to respect failure, but don't fear it. Understand that failure can be inevitable, and this is a habit I want to start embodying a lot more because this first semester has been sort of tough for me, and I have loved every single second of it, but I have had to learn how to deal with different things that I didn't really have to deal with in high school in terms of like being really independent and having science classes that were really challenging for me. My chemistry class was a big hardship, I guess, for me for over like 16 weeks or whatever, but I'm thinking about maybe making a video talking about like my struggles of first semester of college. If anyone's interested in that, please let me know in the comments or something like that, because I think that might be helpful to some people, especially those who might be in high school and are going into college. But yeah, I would definitely recommend getting into the habit of like respecting failure instead of fearing it, because for me, I always feel like that was something I was afraid of. My second habit is to adopt this like habitual mindset about change, and this is something I'm personally going to also start doing for myself in the new year, and that's something that one of my teachers told me, and it's this: if you find something must be changed in your life, you basically have 2 options. The first option is to simply talk about the change, and the second option is to stop the talking and begin doing whatever you need to deal with that change or to change it yourself. And that's something that I think is really so important, because I know that I've found myself in situations where I'm with friends and we're all just like talking about how much work we have to do and how we're so overwhelmed and we have all these exams and papers coming up, and I feel like instead I could use that time to really just start hacking away at whatever big task is looming over my head instead of just talking about it. I think this could also go along with just planning a certain change or a certain task, but I think planning does have its place in doing and taking action on different things, but I do believe that it's important to just act instead of just talk, so that's something I'm going to work on for myself for sure. My third habit is to work hard, rest well, and repeat the cycle. And what I mean by this is always work and focus and do the most you can in the time that you are working, and then make sure you're getting enough rest and sleep in between those work periods. So you want to make sure you're getting that sleep to recharge you for the next day, where you're going to work hard and focus and get all of your things done. And I found that often I'll be up till like 3 in the morning working on stuff, and then I'm sort of dragging along for the next day, but I'd rather just work really efficiently, get enough sleep, and then work efficiently the next day. That's something that I'm going to try my best to get into the habit to, but it's really hard once you've broken that cycle, so I'm planning on sort of trying to keep that cycle as consistent as I possibly can as a college student with a pretty unpredictable schedule. My fourth habit is very simple, and that is to follow through every single time. And I think I talked about this in a previous video I did about habits, but following through is a habit that really is so incredibly important in your life, because not only does it put you in a cycle of getting things done and making sure you're following through and finishing what you start, but also it makes people trust you more with more responsibility, more accountability, larger projects, because they know that they're going to get the results from you because you follow through every time you're given something to do. So that's something that can help you in many, many different ways, and is also a great habit to get into. And my fifth habit is something that may be sort of obvious, but it's to get into the habit of practicing optimism more, to keep energy always pushing forward in a positive direction, not letting yourself dwell on the negative things, because not everything in life is going to go perfectly, and you really want to make sure that you aren't letting your spirits be crushed with any sort of obstacle that comes your way. So those are 5 things that may not necessarily be concrete habits like drinking 8 glasses of water every day, but are habits to be keeping in mind and to sort of just grow more and be a greater person in 2018 than you were in 2017. So I really hope that some of these were helpful for you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!